that girl. Who's that girl?
Hey guys, welcome to my channel for a frontal wig install. So we're just gonna jump right into it. As you guys can see here, I am plucking the wig. I like to use a white towel or a white piece of paper under the wig so that I can see exactly where I'm plucking. You don't want to over pluck, and I also realized that plucking dry is way better than plucking wet. I'm not sure who was telling us to do that, but plucking dry is where it's at. So I'm just gonna pluck until I feel like it was enough, and then we're gonna get to the install. Okay, now that we are finished with plucking, it is time to get into laying the wig. But before we do that, we have to lay down the cap. I am using the HD wig cap, which are the best. They are super thin, and I really feel like it makes a difference when it comes to my installs. So here I'm just showing you guys how thin the cap is. Like, you literally see my hands as if nothing is even there. They're stretchy, they're durable, but they're also super thin, which is perfect for install. So I'm just putting it on my head. As you can see, I'm just making sure it's in a good place, because once I glue it down, that is it. So once we secured our HD wig cap on, I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down. So I'm using the Erica J Hold Me Down glue. This glue is the truth. This is the only glue I've used. I've been using it for years and I just love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the glue right above my hairline. It is very important to put it above your hairline, because you do not want the glue on your edges, because baby girl, you will take them edges out. So you want to use a thin layer. I kind of went a little heavy, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna end up fixing that in the end. After you put down the glue, you want to use a rat tail comb and just spread that glue out so it's a nice thin layer. This is the part where I was talking about. I realized I use a lot of glue, but I literally just wipe the excess off into a tissue just so that it could be a nice thin layer, because you do not want this to be bulky. So while that glue is drying, I just grab my scissors and I'm gonna cut out my ears. This is another very important part. You do not want to make the hole too big, because then it's just gonna ruin the entire cap. So make sure you cut a small hole and just try to stretch it out. Here I am just adding another layer of glue just to make sure that cap is secured before we go into the next steps. As you guys saw, I made sure that first layer was dried clear before I added another layer. Right here, I'm just showing you guys my wig from the AKINO collection. I just washed and blew it out, so it looks a little wild, but you're gonna see how great it looks in the end. And I'm showing you guys the lace. This is a 13x4 lace. I'm gonna use the Ruby Kisses cream foundation. I think I used 15 and 16 just to put on the lace so that it matches my skin. Here I am just adding my brush to the makeup, and then I'm just gonna dab that right onto the lace. This is another important step, because this is where your lace will look like your scalp. This is what the lace looked like after I added the makeup. It is darker and it's gonna be perfect for my skin tone. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off that extra cap. You wanna cut as close as possible, because this will give more of an illusion that it is our scalp, which is our desired look. So here I am just trying on the wig to get a rough estimate of my wig cap. I want to make sure that I cut enough off. You do not want the wig cap to be longer or in front of your wig. So you just want to make sure you cut enough. As you guys can see, my cap underneath was showing a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off some of the cap so that it can lay seamlessly. So after cutting off that extra cap, I just put the wig back on to make sure I didn't have to cut any more. And in this case, I did not have to, so I was ready to install the wig. I'm going to go ahead and add that same Ruby Kisses 15 and 16 on my cap so that it looks closer to my scalp and it will look much better for the install. I'm not sure why the lighting changed in this clip, but either way, now I am just adding more glue. I'm gonna add a few layers just to make sure the wig is secured when I actually go to melt it down in the lace. So I'm just literally repeating the step that I did previously, where I just add glue, make sure it dries clear, and then add other layers. So after adding a few layers of glue and allowing it to dry clear, I'm gonna melt down the wig. So I'm gonna push the lace into the glue. I'm gonna comb it down so that it can be extra secured. This part is very important for the melt. So you wanna just comb and push the lace into the glue as much as possible. After pushing the lace into the glue, I'm gonna go ahead and do another step to make sure this is secured. I'm gonna use my elastic band and just tie it around the perimeter of the wig for a while, just to melt down the lace. I then use my blow dryer, alternating with heat and cool, just to try to dry the glue to make sure the wig will be secured. You wanna make sure that glue is dried, because if not, this part could literally ruin your whole install. After a few minutes of using the blow dryer, I'm gonna take off that elastic band just so we can see what our lace is looking like. So far, it looks like the melt is starting. I combed the lace a little bit just to see if that glue is dried, and because it was, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off that excess lace. So I first use a scissors to cut the lace, and then I go ahead with a razor to cut off the excess lace. The razor just gives it a more seamless look. You get a jagged cut, which is what you want. You do not want the lace to be cut in a straight line, because it will not look as seamless or natural. I am then gonna cut out my ear tab. This is actually my least favorite part of a wig install, because you literally can make or break your install right here. But you just wanna be extra precise and just cut around your ear. And then I went ahead and cut off the lace on the other side. After getting off all the excess lace, I'm gonna go back with that Ruby Kisses makeup palette again and just use a small breakup brush and dab some of it on the lace. You wanna be very light-handed and just dab where the areas look a little white so that it looks more realistic. After that step, I go ahead and use spritz spray. I spray it on my finger and put it on the lace. For some reason, it works better than just applying the spray directly to the lace itself. This spray is like the cheat code to getting a melted wig install. So now it's time to get into the fun part. I'm gonna go ahead and start styling my wig. I knew I wanted a side part, so I'm just parting out to see where I want it. I adjusted as much as I needed to so that I can have the perfect side part that I wanted to achieve. After parting out the side part, I'm gonna go ahead and part out the baby hairs, because I know I wanted baby hairs with this install. So once I figured out where I wanted my side part and my baby hairs to be, I'm gonna go ahead and use my hot comb and wax stick to get the wig flat. This part is very essential because you do not want your wig to be looking high or look like anything is underneath it. This is what's going to make the wig look as flat as possible on your head. So once I finish flat ironing the wig, I'm gonna go ahead and now cut my baby hairs. I'm just putting the rest of the hair up to get it out of the way. I'm using that razor again because the razor just gives the perfect cut every time. Then I'm gonna go with my small flat iron and just curl the baby hairs. This part is so essential. It just makes the baby hairs fluffy and it just looks much better. So for my baby hairs, I like to start off with the black Got2b gel and mousse, and I just mold it to how I want it. I first place the gel and then I just use the mousse and I swoop it to my desired look. Once I get the baby hairs how I want them, I go ahead and use ebony spray. I spray it on my edge brush and I just continue to swoop the baby hairs to make sure they stay in place. So once I finish my baby hairs, I'm gonna go ahead and just use that hot comb one more time to make sure our wig is on flat. And then I'm gonna go ahead and fix up the part. I like the part to look very precise and very realistic. So I use LA Pro Girl Concealer and I'm just gonna use a small angled makeup brush and just draw a quick little thin line across my side part. Another cheat code for a bomb wig install is black spray. Like, this is gonna have your part looking so crisp, it's not even funny. Like, you guys are gonna see the difference as soon as I'm finished. When you're doing a wig install, you definitely need this product because it literally takes your wig install to a 100. So right here is where I start feeling myself. I'm looking at my hair like, ooh, this install is coming out fire. Like, you see me dancing, I was jamming. So we just jump right ahead and get into curling my hair. I'm using my T3, I believe it's a 1.5 inch barrel, and I'm just gonna curl the hair so we can have some nice effortless curls. I forgot to mention that before every curl, I went ahead and used the Garnier holding spray so that it will secure the curls a little more, and then I pin each curl at the end so that the curl will definitely hold. I literally looked at my door like, wait, was that a ghost? Like, if you read my lips, you'll be able to tell, but I think the wind from my window just caused my door to open. Alright guys, so I went ahead and did my face and took out the curls off camera, and this is the look. The hair looks so good. It's giving like blowout, it's giving fresh perm, it's just giving straight out the scalp. I gave you guys a step-by-step tutorial on how to achieve this look. I really wish I filmed this makeup look because it's just giving like effortless, natural makeup, no makeup look. But if you guys are interested, comment down below, and of course I will film that for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me giving you guys a frontal install. I haven't installed my own frontal in a long time, but it came out really nice, if I do say so myself. So of course, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to join the Rare Breed tribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Who's that girl?